Lake Mead, the largest reservoir in the Colorado River Basin, is losing water at record speeds, dropping below 1,050 feet elevation for the first time ever just a few weeks ago. The lake provides 4 states and millions of citizens in the West with water that Americans depend on for both agricultural and basic water necessities. Now, instead of plentiful water for the millions who are reliant on the river basin, washing up on the lake's shores are previously submerged boats and cars. The cause of shrinking water levels is both complex and simple at the same time. Climate change and the latest, most innovative technologies that stem from it, hydropower. What is happening at Lake Mead now? As of last week, the water level at Lake Mead dropped to 1,049 feet, 319.7 meters above sea level, marking the first time in history the lake dropped below 1,050 feet, 320 meters. According to the latest forecast by the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation, Lake Mead's water level will soon plummet from 1,049 feet, 319.7 meters, to around 1,037 feet, 316.07 meters, by this September. Going even further into the future, by September 2023, the water level will be 26 feet lower than its current elevation and only 19% of the lake's full capacity. Coinciding with the plummeting water level, sunken boats and trucks that haven't been seen in ages are re-emerging as Lake Mead dries up. Alongside boats and cars, the muddy shoreline surrounding the lake has led to dangerous driving conditions, with some saying the mud acts as quicksand, even if it appears to be relatively stable. Last Monday, the National Park Service (NPS) even shared several photos on Twitter that showed trucks getting stuck in the mud around the shoreline and cautioned people to drive carefully. Lake Powell, a neighboring reservoir in the Colorado River Basin to Lake Mead and the country's second biggest reservoir, is also drying up at an astonishingly fast rate. According to the NPR for Colorado, a public radio network in Denver, the latest data shows Lake Powell has dropped to 3,523 feet, 1,073.81 meters, above sea level. This is the first time it has dipped below the buffer elevation of 3,525, 1,074.42 meters. As a result of the shrinking water levels, the West faces a looming water and energy crisis. Lake Mead provides drinking water to 25 million people in Arizona, California, Nevada and New Mexico. With the shrinking water comes a looming water crisis that will affect much of the western United States. Already, water cuts have been made to cope with the decrease in water levels. In January, the Colorado River Basin region enacted a Tier 1 shortage, which has led to mandatory water cuts that have primarily affected agriculture. If the water level continues to remain below 1,050 feet, a Tier 2 shortage will be implemented, which will make even more significant water cuts to the 4 states. Arizona will go from their current cut of 18% to 21%. Lake Mead is already well below the predictions the Bureau made last year. It predicted the water level in August 2022 would be 1,059 feet, 322.8 meters, and at most 1,057 feet, 322.2 meters, but already now, in May, the water level is 10 feet below their predictions. Lake Powell, on the other hand, faces a different crisis. An energy crisis. Lake Powell is part of the Glen Canyon Dam National Recreation Area and contains the Glen Canyon Dam, which contains hydroelectricity production. At the dam's power plant are 8 generators. Water travels in these generators through 15-foot diameter pipes, hitting and spinning turbines and producing electricity. Yet if the water level drops another 32 feet, these generators will stop moving, halting all hydroelectricity production at the dam that provides electricity for 5.8 million homes and businesses and supplies 40 million people with water. Over the past several years, the dam has lost 16% of its capacity to generate power as the water levels dropped 100 feet in the previous 3 years. The halting of hydropower altogether would plunge many across the West in an energy crisis and would make it essential for the federal government to find an alternative electricity outlet, most likely fossil fuels. Alongside fueling fossil fuel production, the discontinuation of hydropower at Lake Powell would make electricity costs significantly more expensive at a time when global energy prices are at an all-time high. According to the World Bank's April Commodity Markets Outlet report, global energy prices are already expected to rise 50.5% this year. Lake Powell going offline would see this number dramatically increase. How has this happened and how can it be stopped? One of the biggest causes of Lake Mead's deterioration is the increase of droughts in the southwestern United States.